Hello guys, welcome to my channel. In this video I'll be showing you how you can quickly set up your free show for your church service. Now when you open FreeShow, you are welcome with a window like this, and then you can click on get started. It's going to give you some kind of helpful startup guide so that you know where what is. So then you can just follow the guide. But for now I'm just going to skip it. Now if you look at the interface, you've got this side which has to be doing like where you put all your projects, panel, and then on this side you have the functions right here, different tabs: the show tab, the media tab, audio tab, overlays, templates, scripture, calendar, and function. So we won't be going over every of this tab. However, just like I said, in this video is a quick setup for church service. Now for a typical church service, you want to focus on the startup cover, let's say cover design that welcome people to church, and then you want to have an end cover for appreciating people for coming for service. Now if you come over to this project panel right here, you have something like a folder. That's where you store all your meetings. So I can delete it and then start all over. So I'm just going to delete every of the things we have here, and all of these ones as well. I'm going to delete every one of them so that we can start afresh. So now I haven't cleared all of those. Now let us start setting up our project for our service. Now to start up, let's create a folder. So let's create a folder where we keep all our meetings, our church meetings. So you can just call it church meetings. That's if you are using the software for something else other than church, you can just group them that way just to stay organized. Now under church meetings, if we click it, you don't have anything inside, it's empty. So now we need to create a new project right inside of church meeting. So we click new projects, and here we have the name. So if we click this arrow back, you will see that a new project has been generated right here. So I can drag and put it inside the church meeting. Now the project now is found inside the church meeting. So you can right click to rename. So I'm going to call it Sunday. So the project is like the service, like which of the Sunday service. So let's say this a particular Sunday service. Let's say Sunday 23rd of February 2025. So we have that right there. So once you click, now you want to start creating different sections of the services. Like I said, it's a quick guide. So we are just going to have cover images, scriptures, and songs just for a startup. So we are going to have new section. So I call it cover images. Then another one, I create a new section again. I call it scriptures. That's if you have the list of scriptures the preacher will be using. And then you have another section, you want to call it songs. Now you have all the three sections right here. Now next thing we want to do, if we go back and you click again, you see you have all of this right here. So for the cover images, I want to import images right inside of this section. What I will advise rather is that you create a new folder. For example, if I come to media here, it's going to load up all the images I have inside of my picture folder. So in order to stay organized, I suggest you create a new folder right under media. So new folder, for me, I have a folder right on my desktop, under my social reviews. I call it streaming assets. So that's where I save all my streaming assets. So I'm going to click on stream designs and I click on open. So under stream design, I have something like the thank you. So I'm going to drag it and keep it under the cover images. So I'm going to drop it on cover images. So now on the cover images. So I'm going to drag the welcome to church as I think I drag thank you. So I'm going to drag the welcome to church over here. No, back. Let me click again. So welcome to church. I'm going to drag it and keep it under at the top of this thank you. Yeah. All right. So having done that, we want to go to, you can use this for the starter for the service. So we click on this right here. Is going to show on the output here. Thanks for coming. If it's for the welcome, you click on the welcome, and then you have welcome to church. If you come over here, you can reduce or enlarge the window right here with this icon here. So now let's move on to scriptures. But before I move to scriptures, probably you want to add a countdown to your pre-service. Now what you can do is come to new show, or shows rather. You want to click on new show here, and then you want to type in countdown. So you want to give it a name, countdown. You want it to be under the category of presentation because you want to create a new slide, and then you click on empty show. So now you have the countdown here. I can drag the countdown and keep it under the cover images because I want it to be under pre-service. So I can just keep it under cover images like that. So if I click on the countdown here, I can create a new slide. So to create a new slide here, I have a blank slide right here. Now I can start popping in elements on this slide. Now the first thing I want to do is to go over to the item. If I click this item right, there's a background color. I can change the background color to blue. Then I can go back to items again. I can insert a text box. Then I can just type something like starting soon, or service starting soon. So you have something like this. I can change the fonts right here. I click on this icon here, font family, click on it, then you can scroll. The number of fonts you have access to all depends on the number of fonts you have installed on your system or on your PC. So now I'm just going to select from the service starting soon. So, and I'm going to drag, just resize it, and just drop it right here. I can give it a background. If I wanted to extrude out, I could do that. I can just come to shadow right here, and then I can offset the shadow a bit. So that's for the service. Can you see? I can offset the shadow of the text. You see? Yeah, you have something like that. Now the next thing I want to do is to add the timer. So I go back to the items. Can you see I have my text box right here in this layer? You can rearrange your layers. So I want to come to timer here. If I click on it, it's going to pop the timer right here. So I have the 5 minutes. So I'm just going to set it here. You can change the font as well. Go to items. So you go to the item properties, and you can change the background color. The design has a background as well. You can change the background to yellow. You can change the background to whatever thing you want. But I'm just going to take, maybe I'm going to set the background as red, or maybe yellow is fine. So yellow. Then I'm going to resize it. So I think it's fine. Remember, this is just an example. So now we have something like this. You can go back to your show and then click on the countdown, and then if you click on it, it's going to go over to this side. And remember, if you want to clear off this, you can click on this icon here, clear background. Then if you want to show this, you can click on it, and it's going to show the timer, and then start counting down. Now that's that about the startup. So I'm just going to clear it right here. We have it clear slide. I'm going to click clear slide. And remember, for you to have this output go live on your screen, let's say I have something like welcome. If you want it to go live on your screen, it's only showing on the screen here. If you want it to show on the screen connected to your PC, you need to click on this icon here and click on present now. So if you click on present now, it's going to go live on the secondary screens that are attached to your PC. Now let's go over to scriptures. So for the scriptures, I'm just going to click on the show here. So for the scriptures here, it's easier. Just come to the scripture tabs here and then click the book. Let's say John. You can easily scroll to John chapter 5 verse 39. You can just select them here. So you have something like that. So remember, This version we have here, I think, is the Berean Study Bible. You can switch to the King James version right here. Click the King James version, and then you go over again to John chapter 5. You have verse 39. So here, to display the scripture right here, just click on this play button here to present. Once you click, it goes over on this particular background. But if you want the background to be taken off, you can just click on this icon here to clear the background so that you have just the text right here. However, if you want to change the background, you can always do that. For example, let me drag this John 5:39. Let's drag it to our scriptures section here. So I have it under scripture. I can drag it under scriptures here. So let's look for another scripture, Luke 24, and let's say maybe 25. So 25, let's say to 27. So you can drag multiple. I can just drag this, drag 26, drag 27. So now we have something like this. And for this scripture, you could see probably the text is too small, thereabouts. You don't need to worry about that. Since is on the slide here, you can set it in two ways. It's either you set it right here before you pop it on the slide panel here, or you can go over to the template here, and then there's a bold icon here. There are other presets here. So if I click on the bold here, you see it changed the one selected. If I select this and click on bold, it will change all of those ones as well. So can highlight, change them. So you have to select them and change, select and change those ones right there. So if I come over here, change the text, come over here, it's only changing this. So we have this right there. Well, if you remove template from show, so if you remove template from show, you could click on this to set it to apply to all of these slides right here. Now you see remove template from show. If I click remove template from show, that means it's disabled, and if I click something else, it's going to apply it. But if I keep clicking this, it changes it. If I click this, it changes it. If I click this, it changes it. So you can, that's how you apply the effect to all of the slides. Now the next thing you want to do is you can just display them. Click on the scriptures, display them. Can you see? And you can change how it looks right in your settings. So if you come back to the scriptures on this panel right here, you can change this, the preset. You've got all of these presets here right here. So you can just select that, oh, what you want is bold. So anytime you select any scripture here and you present, it's going to show, go on bold. If you move to the next, it's going to show on bold, then show on bold. So you can see that all of these are cut out. That's why you really need to select the font that won't be too big enough, too big rather. So it's better you just come to the scriptures here. There are scripture text here. So we've got something like this. So we select, so you're going to have something like this. And at the same time, if you want to edit that template to suit what you want, to change the font to whatever you want, you can always do that. Just come over to the default font here, right click on it and click edit. So in the edit here, just come to, if you want to change the font, highlight it, select the font. If you want something like this, you can just choose it, but that's not good for text. For scriptures, let me see if I can get something like Montserrat or something. So let's go over and find something interesting. So I've got Montserrat here. Let me see if it's okay. We've got extra bold, we've got semi bold, and we've got black. So I think I'm going to select extra bold. That's too bold. I think I need to change it to, let's semi-bold. I think semi-bold is fine, and 100 is perfect. Let's probably change it to like something like 80 or 90. Yeah, so we have something like this. We want it to be bold. Yeah, we can still apply more weight to it. Go back to the show, And then when you come back to this template right here, if you select this default and change it, it's going to change the text. Can you see? So you have something like this set up for your scriptures. All right, so don't forget, when adjusting your scriptures, you go over the scripture, select the book, select the chapter, select the verse. So in subsequent video, I'm going to show you how you can import more versions into FreeShow. Now there are other settings right here. You can just change them. The verses on individual lines can change. Maximum verses per slide. I don't need multiple scripture on the slide, but if you want to, you can set it. If you want 3, you can do that. But I think it's more advisable because of the font size. It might cut off some of the scriptures. So it's advisable. I just give it a 3 and just leave it that way. But since we are not using it now, this is where you are creating a slide from the scripture. Because sometimes probably you want to make an emphasis. Let's say, for example, you want to emphasize the word search the scriptures. You can just click on edit and then highlight search the scriptures and change the font to something like green. Come back to show, click on this icon to update the setting, and then you have something like this. All right, I haven't done that. Let us go over to songs. Under the song section, go over to shows. Remember, let's say we want to add a song like SS Love by Mercy Chinwo. We can just type here SS Love. If you have the lyrics handy, you can just click on quick lyrics here. If you click on quick lyrics here, you'll be able to type in your lyrics. But for now, let's assume we don't have the lyrics and want to search the web. So you can just type SS Love Mercy Chinwo. So under which category? Songs. And then you want to click on web search. Now you have all the songs right here. Now you have something like Mercy Chinwo. Look for the one that best suits what you search for and click on SS Love. So now click on SS Love here. Now it automatically generates the lyrics for us. So if you want to make any adjustment, this is the best time you can do that. You can go over and just make some changes if you want to. If you want to cut out some things, you can do that as well. So and then if you click on the option right here, because it's going to be creating a slide from these lyrics, we need to set the maximum lines per slide. So how many lines do you want to show, or do you want to have on each slide? Let's say I want to have something like 4 of it. So now like 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can set it to 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have 4 lines per slide. Then you click on new show. So immediately click on new show. It's going to generate several slides for you. So let's drag this SS Love right here. Let's drag it under songs, right? So we have it under songs. Okay, so then the countdown. Okay, no, this countdown, this the previous one. Okay, that's the other one showing down here. So I can take it back there. So we have something like, can delete one of it, remove. I think we mistakenly created two of that countdown. All right, so now you have all the slides right here. So if you click on it, start displaying on the screen. The same way you change the settings for the slide, you can go over to the template as well, select on the slide and change the font by applying any of the presets here. Can you see? So I haven't done that. You can click on it, it's updated, it's changed. You can select on the default one to change it to the size you prefer, and that's perfect. I haven't done that. So if you want to make any changes, even right here, you can still go over and go to edit and just make any changes. If you want to highlight a specific word, you could do that just the same way we did for the scripture. That's what we have here. And click on this icon to update changes. You can click on this arrow to move to the next slide, to change the slide, to change the slide. So to go back to shows, now you have your service set up. You have the welcome to church, and if you want to drag them, you want them to be maybe accordingly. You can decide to set them up in a different format, like something like pre-service, service, and then post-service. So, but this is just a quick guide. But this video is already long, so all right guys, thank you for watching this far, and I hope this video has been helpful. If it has, don't forget to subscribe, click the like button so this video could be recommended to others, and don't forget to share as well. And if you have any other question, use the comment section and let me know what you think about this software. And in subsequent video, I'll be showing you how you can link this video to OBS and other streaming software. All right guys, see you later. Bye.